The North Carolina State Board of Elections released records from their closed session meeting to the public today. This comes after 2 GOP members resigned in protest over a voter absentee deal. Experts say that these resignations can weaken trust in the upcoming elections. The 2 members who resigned stated they received inaccurate information about the settlement before they signed off.
Although it may not impact the board's ability to act in a technical sense, it certainly has the effect of undermining public confidence in the integrity of the elections at a time when that confidence needs to be high.
Asher Hildebrand is a public policy professor at Duke University. He says that the changes the board is making are to combat issues brought on by the coronavirus.
And so it was to provide certainty and also to protect the integrity of the process, but also to protect public health. No voter should have to risk his or her health to cast his or her ballot. And so this decree made some pretty reasonable changes to how absentee ballots can be received.
North Carolina plays a key role in the upcoming election, and residents have already requested over 1 million absentee ballots. Several advocacy groups are filing lawsuits to prevent common issues with absentee balloting.
And so these are pretty common sense changes.
The board came to a settlement last week in an attempt to end several of those lawsuits. The board agreed unanimously to that deal. But after the decision became public, several GOP leaders criticized the board. That's when both members resigned.
I think it has much less to do with the consent decree itself than with trying to delegitimize the board in anticipation of future decisions, especially if we get in a situation where the results of the election aren't clear on election night and the board needs that extra time to count those ballots, especially absentee ballots that come in.
The documents released by the board show that both GOP members were briefed for a few hours over the changes before they agreed to the deal.
And it's pretty clear that there was extensive deliberation during this meeting, that the memos themselves addressed the very issues these Republican members raised, and that the very questions they had were discussed at some length.
Election officials said that they released the records in an effort to be more transparent. Parts of the agreement will be carried out in the upcoming elections. For 9 on your side, I'm Victoria Holmes.